Welcome to the Cryptosphere. This is Cryptogenic coming at you. Today is Tuesday, March 1st at almost 5 p.m. here in Northern California. We're going to take a look at the crypto market today. We've got some positive news, and we're going to try to see if we can put our finger on where it's going. Lao Tzu, the father of Taoism, famously said, "Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your destiny." Someone else summarized this statement by saying, "We do not choose our destiny, we choose our habits, and our habits choose our destiny." When we're taking a look at these crypto charts, what we're looking at are habits. So when we take a look at this Bitcoin monthly chart, we notice, number one, we've got a brand new monthly candle. This candle right here is brand new. It's today old. And there's 30 days left in this candle. I think it's going to break above the whole sweet indicator, and it's going to be bullish by the end of this month. We'll see. But what we're looking at when we're identifying trends, what we're identifying are habits. What is Bitcoin in the habit of doing? That's what we're trying to get a feel for when we open up the Bitcoin chart. We look at a weekly chart. What is Bitcoin in the habit of doing? Now, when I say what is Bitcoin in the habit of doing, what I mean is what are Bitcoin investors in the habit of doing? Because the chart, what the chart tells us, what the chart shows us, what the chart demonstrates for us are the habits of the investors in any particular asset. And what we can see are some very, very clear patterns that give us a feel for where we're going and how long it might take us to get there. Now, take a look at this macro chart. This is Bitcoin on the monthly. So every one of these candles is a full month. And this goes all the way back to 2011, to August of 2011. Okay, so this is more than a 10-year history of Bitcoin here, a little bit more than a 10-year history of Bitcoin. And what we can see is that these two trend lines here, basically Bitcoin investors have had more than a 10-year habit of trading Bitcoin, almost a 10-year habit of trading Bitcoin within this trend. Okay? The second thing we can see is that we've been experiencing bearish divergence in the RSI. So the top of the RSI really was back here. And then this was a little lower. If we look at it this way, this was a bit lower. Actually, yeah. See how this is a bit lower than that? And then here is lower than here. So if we look at this trend, what we see, let's look at the chart in context, because I'm going somewhere with this. From this high to this high is a lower high, okay? From this high to this high is a higher high. So we trended higher in the price. If we look at it this way, from here to here was higher, but from here to here was lower. So the price trended higher, the RSI trended lower. That's called bearish divergence. Now, what does that mean? That simply means that this move here was a higher percentage move. So let's take a look. From the bottom here to the top here was 12,750%. But let's say from the bottom here to the top here was 2,051%. So it doesn't mean, this bearish divergence doesn't mean that Bitcoin is done. What we see is that we can come back up and touch this line again, and I fully expect to come back up and touch this line again. But it simply means that each time, each move up, we get a diminished return, okay? It's not going to be as epic The returns on the Bitcoin chart are not going to be as epic as what we've seen in the past. We're not going to see another 12,000% move on the Bitcoin chart. We may not see another 2,000% move on the Bitcoin chart. So, I mean, if we got a 2,000% move from 44,000, 450,000, that's $1 million. A 2,000% move would basically be $1 million, just about $1 million. I don't think we're going to see that, at least not soon. So what I see here looking at this monthly chart is we might need to grind it out a few more months, several more months, before we come and touch one of the two of these lines. Now, let's say we touch the 175% line. That's 532%. Let's say we touch the 330% line. That's 1,000%, okay? It's probably a higher probability that we'll get to the 175,000 line than that we get to the 1,000% line. What I'm saying is, looking at this RSI, it's still, the lows are still trending upward, which means there's still some more bullish momentum in this chart, okay? So it's not like we're getting lower lows and lower highs. We're getting higher lows and lower highs. Okay? So we're getting bearish divergence on the chart, but we also have bullish RSI as we're making higher lows in the price and higher lows in the RSI. Okay? So that's convergence. That's traditional. It's not divergence. It's convergence, and it means that the chart is still bullish on the macro. So I still think we're going to see somewhere between a $130,000 and a $175,000 Bitcoin by the end of this year, I believe. But it's just going to take some time. I mean, you know, when we hit the bottom here, it took time for us to hit the top again, and it's going to take some time for us to hit the top again. Will it happen this year? Will it happen next year? I don't know. I think it's going to happen between now and August. But once again, I could be wrong. But these are the habits that we're seeing. These are the trends that we're seeing. And these trends really give us a good picture of our destiny. Now, zooming in a little bit more, what we see happening this week, which is really cool, this is a weekly chart. Now, this weekly candle is just today. This weekly candle is today old, right? Well, it started Sunday. Actually, no. It started Sunday night at 5 p.m. I take that back. So it's 2 days old, okay? We still have 5 days left to finish this candle. So that's strong, right? We came right up and we tested the bottom of the bull market support band. However, we got rejected there. And now we're sitting right at this line of resistance that I drew here a couple of weeks ago at $44,265. So there's a couple things I'm seeing. First of all, while this nice big green candle is fun to look at, look at the volume. Look how low the volume is. Now, if we have had a volume spike that was up here somewhere, that would be incredibly bullish. But this little bitty volume bar is telling me that the big players are still not playing the game. Now, if we drill in a little bit and we go to the daily chart and take a look at what's happening, we did get a little bit of a pump of volume to turn the tide. This green candle, what it did was it put a stop to the bearish activity. It absorbed the supply, and this nice hammer candle, as we said, on the daily told us that now the trend was reversing, that we were going to see at least several days of green candles. And that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing this upward momentum with these green candles. The only question is, how high is it going to go? The only problem I see is that the volume dropped, and really the bottom fell out of the volume again. So I do believe that we're going to see a sustained move upward. I do believe we've hit the bottom. I don't believe we're coming back down to test these lower levels. I think the best case scenario is we come back down, or you might call it the worst case scenario, is that really we come back down to retest this 38,000 region, somewhere around 38,000. That's the worst case scenario, 37 to 38,000. I don't think we're coming back down to retest this low 34,000 region. I think this candle right here marked the turning point, It's turning around. I think we've hit market bottom. Now it's going to be upward from here. Is it going to be a slow grind until we hit some major volume? Yes. But are we moving upward? Absolutely. Taking a look at this theta chart, it's the same thing. This candle right here, it was bottom. I don't think we're coming back down to retest $2.28 again. Best case scenario, worst case scenario, depending on how you put it, is $2.73. I think we might very possibly come back down and test this line here, $2.74, $2.75, whatever. But I think if we do come back and retest this line, we're breaking out from there and it's moving upwards. Seeing the same thing on the TFUEL chart. TFUEL, this is the bottom. We are not coming back down to this bottom again. Best case scenario / worst case scenario is 15.7 cents. But if we do come back and retest that, boom, we're breaking out again. I don't see us coming back to test these lower levels again. I think the bottom is in. Same thing with Bitcoin Cash. What I'm seeing is we came right up and tested the 50-day moving average. We were hitting resistance there. Best case scenario / worst case scenarios, we come back down to 288. I don't believe we're going to visit 264 again. Maybe never. These lower levels may be gone for good. Okay? So I'm saying all that to say, to me, this is what I'm saying. Same thing with the XRP chart. I don't think we're coming back down to the 62-cent area. I think it's possible that we retest 71 to 72 cents, but I don't think we're going to break beneath this line. I just don't think we are. That's just what I see. And even Litecoin. I know most people don't like Litecoin, but I think the bottom is in here at $91.81. Best case scenario is a $102 retest. I don't think we're coming back to test these lower areas. I'm looking at Litecoin because in my gold and above level, Patreon levels, we are now in 3 leveraged positions. We are reinstituting my position trading strategy for leverage trading. And I just think that the market is bottoming out. And because the market is bottoming out, this is the perfect time to employ a leverage trading strategy. It's not day trading. It's not swing trading. It's position trading. We're simply trying to set a position at the bottom of the market and add leverage to it as it goes up. If you're interested in that, check out the gold or above level of my Patreon at patreon.com/cryptogenic. Also, if you just come in at the $19 level, you get the full cryptogenic portfolio with all 30 plus assets, buy up 2 levels, and profit take levels, 10%, 15%, 25% profit take levels for each one. The cryptogenic strategy is strong, I believe. So check that out. All right. But, and also I'm working on a video tutorial right now that shows you the whole process from start to finish, step by step, of how to stake the TFUEL/TBIL LP token and get that 50% APR on TBIL. Because I think it's the greatest opportunity of the market right now, and it can be confusing. A lot of people have contacted me. How do I do this, and what's the steps, and am I missing a step? So I'm creating a tutorial for that. I think it's going to be very, very useful, very, very important, just to let you know that's coming. But the summary of my video today is I think we've hit bottom. I think it's going to be upward from here. I think it's going to be a slow grind until we get some real volume. When's that real volume going to come? I don't know. But even though it's a slow grind, I believe it's going to be a slow grind upward from here. So I'm bullish on what's getting ready to happen next in the market. I'm excited about what's getting ready to happen next in the market. We still need patience because it's going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight. But I think we're going to be able to look back by August and say, wow, the difference between August and March, the difference between August 1st and March 1st is absolutely astounding. And those who have the patience to wait it out are going to be richly, richly rewarded. All right. Please remember that this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm simply giving you some data points from my own perspective. And that's all. Also, do me a favor, if you enjoyed this content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you get notified whenever I put out new content. Leave me a comment to let me know what you think. But above all, make it your aim to sleep in peace every night, wake in joy every morning, and walk in love every day. This is Cryptogenic, signing out.